Are you new to homeschooling and wondering how to plan out a homeschooling week? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how I go about planning my homeschooling week for my two children. Hey guys, it's Bonnie from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool and welcome to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, I'm a homeschooling mom and I've been homeschooling since 2012 and I make videos to help you on your homeschooling journey. And today I want to share with you guys how I go about planning my homeschool week. I know that sometimes as new homeschoolers, it seems a lot and overwhelming to figure out what it is that my child should be learning, what subjects should I be teaching them, how many hours a day should I be homeschooling. And I have a whole playlist in the card above that can help you answer a lot of these questions in more detail. But today I have my laptop here and I have my planner and I'm going to show you how I plan our homeschool week. So before I get into how I plan out my homeschooling for the week, I want to start by telling you that every summer or the beginning of the school year, I have a master plan of what I want my kids to learn or goals that I have for them. And I have it all typed up on my computer. So I go in subject by subject. So I'll have a main idea going into my new homeschooling year of what I want our homeschool to look like, what subjects I want to cover, and what topics I want to cover. So with that in mind, I can now plan our homeschool. Now I do not plan for the entire year what pages needs to be completed, what lessons need to be completed, or even in the month, because I find that things change so much. People get sick, there's field trips that pop up, there's play dates that pop up, people come in town to visit. Sometimes I don't feel like teaching all of that in the day because maybe I'm PMSing or something. Let's keep it real. Sometimes the kids are just having a rough day and we don't get through everything that I have planned in my lesson book. So for me to have to go back and change an entire year or an entire month of lessons because one day didn't go as planned is way too stressful and way too much work. So I do week by week because if I just have to change a couple of days in that week, it's really not a big deal. So what I will use, I don't have one here, but I'll use like a composition notebook. You guys know what that is, right? And I will just write in Monday where I'm going to do language arts and this and that, my plan for Monday, and then my plan for Tuesday, my plan for Wednesday, and I would just write it in the book. And then, but this year I have this is a homeschool planner that I just decided to test out, and what I'm doing is just using the at a glance page to write in my lessons, but I am just doing it for the week and I'm going to see how it works because usually I stick with my composition notebook. So we're going to do it this way and see how that works out for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my subjects that I know I'm going to do every single day, unless we don't have school that day, unless we have like a co-op day. So actually in my week, I'm going to put down first the days that we have, here it is, that we have off of school. So here on Tuesdays, we have co-op days and it's also my daughter's birthday. And then I know on Thursday, we have a play date that's gonna take up half of our day. So I'm writing these in my book because I know that Thursday, we're not gonna have a full day of school. We're gonna have a half of day of school. So we're only gonna fit in the subjects that are the most important. So then I will take my two subjects that we do every day without fail. So we do language arts every single day and we do math every single day. So I know that I can put down those subjects in here and I can do those lesson by lesson. So for my daughter, since she does specific lessons in her math, I can write down the lesson numbers. But for my son who does Beast Academy, I won't write down his lessons because sometimes, excuse the door opening, closing, my kids are coming in and out of the room. Sometimes his math will take a lot longer. Like today, it took him 30 minutes and he only did 3 problems out of like 11 because the math is sometimes very long. And I just started setting a timer for 30 minutes and let him do as much as he can because if not, it just takes up too much of our homeschool day. So basically what you're just gonna do is decide on the subjects that you want to teach and how many days a week you want to teach it. If you want to do science 2 days a week and then do history 2 days a week, then just pick your days and put those topics in there. When you're planning your days, Don't overdo it. You cannot do every subject every single day. There's just not enough time in the day. I mean, there is enough time in the day, but your kids are not going to cooperate if you do homeschooling all day long, and you're eventually going to run out of patience, and it's just going to run into dinner time, and it's just going to be all annoying. So just take into consideration how much time do you want each subject to take, and set timers for yourself. So if I am doing Song School Spanish, and I only want to spend about 10-15 minutes on those words and songs, I'm going to set a timer for that time and make sure that I'm keeping an eye on it so I can keep my kids on track, and then stop when the timer goes off. And you want to schedule out your days, because let's say you want to finish school by 1 o'clock, then you know you're going to have to start at a certain time, and then you're going to pick subjects. If you know, like, my math takes 30 minutes and my language arts takes 20 minutes, and I'm adding up those subjects, and let's say I only want to do school for 3 hours, and I have 3 hours of work scheduled, but I didn't add in my handwriting and my math and my science, and I know I'm not going to be able to fit that in for the day. So don't try to squeeze everything that you can into one day. It's more about quality and not quantity. It's if you spend all day learning about the Civil War and your kids are really into it, they're doing a project and they're reading and they're watching videos and movies, and you only get to do that and like math and that one day, then that's okay. Then let that be your homeschool day, because learning has been done. Don't focus so much on the subjects that need to be taught, or the pages that need to get done and the lists that need to be checked off, but focus on what your kids are actually going to get out of those lessons. Why do you want your kids to do math pages 21 through 24? What is it that you really want them to learn and get out of it? Or with the language arts. Today we didn't even complete a full language arts lesson. We started doing metaphors, and then we started doing a read out loud on a book of metaphors, and then he started drawing the silly versions of what the metaphors were, and that took about a half an hour. So I said, you know what, that's all we're gonna do for language arts today. Everything else can be pushed on for tomorrow. And that is the benefit of planning your homeschool a week at a time. You can even do it day by day if you like. If you're like that and you just want to be free and just plan one day at a time. The reason I feel that it's important to plan is so that you can look at your whole week and you can make sure that you're getting the things done that you had planned for them to get done in the beginning of the year. Sorry about my minion text message. So those are my tips for planning out your homeschooling week, and I hope that I was able to give you a good look and some good advice and tips on how to do that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If there are any videos that you think you would find helpful, please make sure to leave me a comment. I can work on those for you guys. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.